Hi everyone, JP here at Websites for Beginners, and today we are looking at something that I've been planning to do for months, and that is to show you how to create an online course with a learning management system. And we will be using LifterLMS for that, and I have a few reasons for that. I don't want to spend too much time talking at the beginning. I want to get to the real work, but just a few things. This course are for people that probably already have a WordPress site. You can also learn how to build one here, following tutorials on the channel. Second, you know nothing about LMS or learning management systems, and you want to learn how to do that. That means we take things a little bit slower than many other tutorials that you will find on YouTube. The ones that say, go here, go there, go here, go there. If you know the beginners tutorials here on Websites for Beginners, well, they take it a little bit more in-depth and slower so that you can get behind it. Thirdly, there are many levels to an LMS, a learning management system. You can build huge sites only focusing on that. What we're going to do is we're going to bring in just one course on your existing site. And that brings us to number 4, which is this is free. We're going to use LifterLMS because it has a free version. And everything that we're going to do in this video is only going to use that. More tutorials will follow to show you all the premium add-ons that you can bring from LifterLMS to really enhance your online course. But for this course, we are sticking to LifterLMS, the free course. It's a great free plugin onto your WordPress that allows you to bring in a course to your site. So a quick word as to why would you want to bring a course onto your site? Well, you could be a trainer, you could be a teacher, you could be a coach. And if you're many of those, you would have known that in the last 2-3 months of total chaos in our lives, suddenly you cannot reach people anymore. Physical distancing, social distancing, and it's a very unknown factor whether this will change and when it will change. Going digital, going online, is the way to go. Actually, it's been like that for many years. It's just now that things have accelerated. This is the new or the new normal. And for that, it is highly advisable that if you do coaching, training, tutorials, and you've been doing that on one-to-one sessions, and your mindset is, no, I have to see this person in person, otherwise it won't work, you are going to lose out on the market. You will need to find a way to become digital. This is here to help you guys that don't really have the know-how how to do this. You have financial constraints. You want to try and do it by yourself. I'm going to show you how to do that. And all of this we're going to do in 25 steps. Yep, 25 steps. I've come up with the number. Originally it was 19 and then it was 28. And then I started making some tweaks and I got it to 25. So we can have this nice number 25. Let's get cracking. Step number 1 is you have to get your site ready. You can either build it from scratch or you already have it, and it has to be WordPress. LifterLMS runs in WordPress. So I've got Grace Black here, which is a starter site that I'm using from Astra theme. And I've imported the site, I've tested it a little bit, and I've played around with it, and I've built this demo on this. So we're going to be using her site. This is perfect because she calls herself a life coach. If you didn't know about life, Grace Black is probably also at a juncture at this moment where she doesn't know where to go to. We're all in limbo. And I liked it because I saw the coaching up here and I thought definitely you can see here she's got coaching and that she has these sessions and book sessions. And for her, it's definitely going to be a challenge to go to someone's house at this moment. Even when restrictions are lifted in areas that were under lockdown and had all kinds of regulations, people are going to be hesitant to allow you into their homes. This is a way to establish rapport, get that confidence going again, build up a relationship and make sure that people can reach you. So we are going to bring in a course. She is going to present a course online for free. She wants to give something back to people, make them feel better during this time. This is the site, just to show you in the back end what we've got here. I'll first go to Appearance and you can see that I've loaded Astra, but you will also notice that I've installed the Pro version of Astra. There's a link for that in the description below. It gives you a lot of more flexibility. It gives you widgets and it gives you other things we're using here with the page builders, and it gives me premium starter templates. And this is when I go over here to Appearance, Starter Templates, where I had found this great site with Grace Black. Where is it? Over here. And this is part of the agency bundle, which is a premium site. But you can check out, there's so many to choose from here. And they're all great, ready to jumpstart your business if you don't know where to start. This is step number 1, get everything ready. Step number 2, you need to choose the right theme. Now, wait a minute. You know, usually when we do tutorials with WordPress, we say you can use any theme. But LifterLMS has a few snags that you have to be aware of because it utilizes certain areas on your site. And if your theme isn't compatible, it may mix up things a little bit. There are a few things that you can do. You can use their own theme. LifterLMS actually has their own theme. Or you can use one of the tested themes, or you just email your theme provider, the person who developed your theme, and you tell them, hey, can you add this into your theme, and it will become compatible. Because Astra is one of those themes, I have decided to use Astra for this tutorial. You can also have a look here. There's Buddy Boss, Course Maker Pro, DV, Emerson, Neve, Ocean WP, Ventura. So if you are starting from scratch, I recommend that you go with one of these guys. They are tested and they will work well with LifterLMS. But if you already have a site and you didn't use it, test LifterLMS. And like I said, if there is any warning that pops up, just email your theme developer. They should be able to fix that for you very easily. There's actually a script you can add, but you know, I'm no scripter. I'm no coder. I know nothing. So I just go with something that works right out of the box. So step number 2, make sure you get the right theme. Astra you can download from the WordPress repository. If you want to go pro, follow the link in the description below and you will get all those extra goodies like these extra templates that I've talked about. So step number 2, make sure that you've got the right theme installed. Let's jump over now to number 3. And that is where we have to install LifterLMS. We're going to activate it and set up the wizard. Go to Plugins, Add New, and this takes us into the WordPress repository where we will find LifterLMS. Search for LifterLMS, one word. And then you will see over here, I'm going to click on Install Now. It's going to take some time for me because my connection is a little bit slow. So while it's doing that, I quickly want to talk about LMS, which stands for Learning Management System or Learn Management System. You know, in the world, we always run into lingo and jargon, these words that every area uses, which no one else knows what they mean. LMS, Learn Management Systems, is a word that we use for online training platform. It's a system that puts all your learning together and it manages it. So whenever you see a course online or a course site, that is a LMS. That's a big word for something very simple to understand. And that's what LifterLMS is. It allows you to bring courses and show it on your site. Now that took actually very long. Usually if I'm just doing it online, it's a few seconds. So don't be fooled by how long that took and all the jibbery jabbery I was talking during that time. After installation, let's click on Activate and then it's going to bring in the wizard. I've made a mistake a few times of not going through the wizard and I would tell you, don't say skip setup. Go through the setup because what LifterLMS is going to do is it's going to create very important pages for you. Your archive pages and your course pages that you will use later on. And if you skip it, you will need to go and do that manually. And I just told you earlier, I don't like to do those things. I like things out of the box. I'm no coder. I don't like to play around with extra settings. So use the wizard. We click here on Get Started Now. And this here are the pages that I've been talking about. Course catalog. Don't worry about this. We're just going to say save and continue. We want those. Yes. Over here, payments. Now remember, in this tutorial, we're not taking payments. That's for a next tutorial. So you can choose whatever you want. I'm going to put it on South African Rand. Let me see. Just to be different. Though it's going to be a free course. It's not going to be a paid course, but I just want to be different. Which currency? Let's get our Rand there. South African. Where is it now? Let me see. Rand. I'm just going to type Rand. There we go. Got it. And I'm going to click here on Enable Offline Payments. The reason I'm doing this is because there is a very annoying feature in LifterLMS if you don't select this. LifterLMS is continuously going to look for a payment gateway. And you see the word here, payment gateway. Now, a payment gateway is a method how people will pay for your course. If I come to your site, you have a course, and I sign up, I need to pay you. How am I going to pay you? Am I going to pay you by credit card? Am I going to pay you by PayPal? That is your payment gateway. But we are setting up a course that will be available for free to my customers. So I don't need that payment gateway. I don't even need offline payments. But if I don't enable this, LifterLMS is continuously going to give me warnings telling me that you haven't set up a payment gateway. So when I know that I'm going to use something for free, I just enable the offline payment so I don't get that warning message all the time. Save and continue on this. And then we're basically at the end, it's going to ask you, hey, do you want a coupon? Do you want a discount? Who doesn't like a discount? So you can say allow, and it will send you that information. I already have it, so I'm going to say no thanks. And remember, if you want to know more about the premium versions of LifterLMS, look for the link in the description below. That is an affiliate link, which means if you make a purchase through that link, I will get a little something. You won't pay anything extra. Really supportive to this channel. Thank you very much. And then I'm going to say no thanks, don't need that. And then it's going to ask you install a sample course or start from scratch. Here I'm going to drop my 2 cents. When you are new to anything that you install, your first reaction is to go for a sample course. I've found that actually this slows down my entire process, because even when you install a sample course, you still need to learn how to use it. But now the settings have been set up based on someone else's experience, and that often leads to more trouble, even with starter sites. It's a good idea to get an overview of what's coming up if you just want to have a look at it. But when you are setting up your own LMS, your own online course, just start from scratch. And that's the purpose of this video, to show you how to do that, and you don't have to worry. So we're going to click here on Start from Scratch. And that is our installation, our activation, and then our wizard set up. Step 3. Step 4, we're going to add our own course. But you would have seen after you had completed the wizard installation that you got this page here. If you've worked in WordPress, this looks very familiar. This looks like a page. It looks like a post. But what I want you to do is not do anything here. We want to go back. We want to see what happened in the back end. So I'm going to go up here, click on View Posts. Let's see what we've got here now. Just click here on Dashboard to give us an overview. We have installed LifterLMS, and with it came 4 other labels: courses, memberships, engagements, and orders. And we are going to use 99% for this tutorial, only this one over here, courses. We are developing, designing, or creating a course that we want to publish on our site. And that's going to happen all over here. There are a few settings under LifterLMS, but mostly we're going to be here. If we work with memberships, usually paid memberships, that will happen here, but we're not going to do that in this course. Engagements and orders, no, we're not going to touch that. But don't worry, all of these I will cover in future tutorials. Let's then go to courses and click on courses. And this is going to, again, show you a very familiar display in WordPress. It looks like a page index or all pages, all posts, or whatever. And you will immediately know that you don't have any courses because we haven't created any yet. It says no courses found. So let's click here on Add Course. Now we go back to that page we had just seen a few moments ago. This is going to be our course landing page. Let's call it that, our course landing page. And the first thing is, we have to give our course a title. What is the name of our course? Now for, who is this again? Sarah Black, right? Sarah, life coach. She wants to give people a course how to survive these strenuous times. So she's calling this one Surviving the Beast. And then what we do is we publish it. And now it's published. Let's go have a preview. Click here on preview. Let me just close this one. We don't need this. And there we go. Now, what is very important, let's look at a few things here so you can get your head around it. This is how it looks in my back end. This is how it looks on the front end. Color changes, font changes. What's going on? What's going on is that I've already set up my site. Remember, for Grace Black, I've made all those styling changes. I've changed the fonts, I've changed the colors, all of that. And I did that in my theme, which is Astra. What LifterLMS does is when it displays on the front end, it gets all that information as to how the typography looks, how the color and styling looks, and it applies it to the courses. And that's why everything can look so consistent. So even though if it looks blue in the back with a different font, on the front end, it's going to be harmonious with the rest of your site. By default, you can see there's some stuff in here. I want to start from scratch here. All of this had been built out within the WordPress Gutenberg editor. So if you don't know how to work with the WordPress Gutenberg editor, you can just check here on Websites for Beginners. We've got plenty of tutorials on how to work with that. But even just following with this video, you're going to learn very quickly how to work with the Gutenberg editor. To build out structure with your course and your lessons, you will need to understand a little bit of the Gutenberg editor. What you see here are LifterLMS blocks, and they have been brought in by default because you're going to need them. But what I want to do is I'm going to delete them all so that we have a clean page so that you can understand how to do this yourself. Click on anything and you will see the block highlighted. Go to the 3 dots, click on Remove Block. Next one, click on it. You see this block is bigger. And if you want to know what this block is about, when it is selected, you will see in the Options sidebar on the right here at the top, that is the name of this block. So this is Instructors. Let's go here and remove it. Next one, click on it. No access plans. LifterLMS pricing table, take it out. And we do the same for these guys. We will get back to all of them. It's not the end of the world. Wow, that expression is a little strange lately, right? I'm going to remove all of them. And finally, we get to this area, which is your default Gutenberg editor standard display. Let's update. Click on Preview, go to the front and see what we've got now. So we have our course title here at the top, and then we have our comments section down here. Great. So now we've set up our course, we've created our course. Let's go and build it out. Step 5, we are going to give structure to our course. We're going to build the course. Now, think back to school, think back to university, or think back to any online course that you have attended. There are usually some chapters or main lessons, and then you have sub lessons. It's like a book with an index. You have your main index and then you have sub indexes below that. Let's go to here. Go to the back end, and we are going to create the structure now. That's all we're going to do. So we're going to look at chapter 1, chapter 2, and then add lessons to those. To do that, you simply go here to Document. Select Document. You can see all these options you have, and you will see this blue button most of the time. Unless you collapse it like so, it will appear Launch Course Builder. This is where we are going to build out the course. Click on it, and it will take us into the course builder. So the course is Surviving the Beast, and what we are going to do now, we're only going to give it structure. So the first structure you give it is your chapter. It's just like you're grouping your categories. Here on the right, you see it says Add Elements, and the first one is a section. A section for me is a chapter. I just like to use the word chapter. It makes it very easy for me to understand what's going on. But a section itself is just the framework. There's no content within a section. So if I click on the section, click on it, you will see it adds section 1 and it calls it new section. I'm going to click again here on section, give me section 2, again, 3 and 4. I'll be working with 4 sections. Now I'm going to change the name of these sections, and that's very simple. Click on it to select it, and then I'm going to just triple click to select all the text, and then let's give it, I'm going to call chapter 1, and I'll type in chapter 1 so we know where we are. Call this one Introduction. Go to the second one, chapter 2, and this one will be the unprecedented times. Then we go to this one, chapter 3. weathering the storm. And then section 4, which will be my chapter 4. And we'll call this umbrellas for the future. You can stand under mine. Good. What you'll notice, and it happens so quickly you probably won't notice it, as you make changes here in the bottom right hand corner where it says saved, it will update. So even if I click on it, nothing's going to happen because it already did that. If this is dark blue, not grayed out, then you know you have to click on it, but it automatically saves, and it does so very, very quickly. So now we have our 4 sections. We don't have any content yet. We don't have any lessons yet. And you need a lesson for content. These are just containers. Sections are just containers. I'll click on this one. Let's go to section 1. Click on it. You see it's blue. And now I begin to add lessons. So for this one, you go to the right here and you click on new lesson. And you see lesson number 1 is added under that one. I'll bring in 2 lessons under chapter 1. Lesson 1 and lesson 2. Then I'll go to chapter 2. And under chapter 2, I'm also going to bring in 2 lessons. And then chapter 3, click on that. Another 2. Okay, 1 more. Let me see. Yep. And then chapter 4, new lesson. In total, I'm going to have 2, 4, 6, 7 lessons. Let's change the names again. So this one I'll call lesson 1. And this will be my introduction to my course. Lesson 2 is going to be about material. So let's call it course material. I will give them something they can download and read. And then here is the meat. So this I'm going to call lesson 3 because I'm trying to keep chronological order of these lessons. Even though it says lesson 1, this means lesson 1 of section 2. But in my structure, this is lesson 3. And we call this how did we get here? Talking about our current situation. Then we look at this one, lesson 4. Why this is the ultimate test. Then we go here, and this will be lesson 5. It's all about mindset. Lesson 6, we're almost done. Lesson 6, adaptability is the key to survival. Ooh, getting deep, right? And then here, lesson 7 will be our last one. Lesson 7, umbrellas for the future. And this will be very important because you remember, Sarah's probably losing a lot of business at this moment. She's a life coach and nobody's interested in life at this moment. So for her, she needs to give this for free, get people engaged, and then here for the last lesson or even in between with these other lessons, she will be marketing her services. And this is a great way to advertise yourself. Again, you will notice that here in the bottom right-hand corner, there's nothing. I can click there on save, but nothing has happened. It saves as quickly as I go through this. So we have developed a structure. Can we see how this looks? So if you go up here to Surviving the Beast, and you go here, next to it, you will see View Course. So let's click on this and see what's going to happen. And we see again our title. We see nothing else, right? And the reason is we need to build out this page. All that content that we had removed earlier, that content, those blocks are necessary for us to display our structure here on our course page. Step 6, let's build out our course landing page. I'll use some words that are my own preference. Landing page is that page where people will come to for your course. They will land on that page. That is their main entrance to your course. Let's go back to the WordPress backend to access it from here again. Then we go to Courses, click on Courses, and you will see Surviving the Beast has now been created. Click on Surviving the Beast, and here we are. Now we bring in those blocks that we had removed earlier. When you install LifterLMS, it gives you these LifterLMS WordPress Gutenberg blocks. You can access them 2 areas. Over here, click on the plus, or up here, click on this one, Add Block. If you collapse this panel here, scroll down, you will see at the bottom LifterLMS blocks. Let's open that and see what we've got here. We've got 6 blocks in total that we can help to build out our course page. What we'll do is we'll bring them all in one by one and see how this will display on the front end. So the first one I will start with probably is course information. When somebody comes to my site, they'll definitely want some information about my site. Let's drop that one in there. You'll see course information. There was something happening there and it was gone. We'll bring it back. Let's go to the next one. So click here on Add Block. Go again to LifterLMS at the bottom. And next, I think I'm going to bring in Instructor, who's presenting this course, a little bit about the instructor, which in this case will be Sarah Black. Your case may be you or your client. Let's click on this and it's going to bring in the course Instructor. Click on Add Block, most used, LifterLMS, and I'll choose Course Progress to give you an idea of how far you have progressed in your course. By default, as you bring it in, it just sits here at 50%. It's just a placeholder. So the idea is as this bar or as you continue with the course or your client does, this bar will grow, indicating how the course has progressed. Let's add another one. We go to LifterLMS blocks. And now I want to bring in the syllabus. Now the syllabus is that thing we just created. All of our sections and our lessons to give people an idea what they can expect when they join this course. So click on Course Syllabus. And this is going to draw all of that information that we had created. You see here Chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4, Introduction, Unprecedented Times, Weathering the Storm, and then here are lessons under them. That is the course syllabus. Let's bring in another block. I think there's 2 more. What do we have here? Pricing, course progress, syllabus, instructor, continue. So let's say here's our continue button. If you have already started it, you come back later, you want to continue, this will be your button. And then the last one is LifterLMS pricing table. It's basically how much is this course going to cost. And it says no access plans found. Let's leave these 6 just as they are. No changes made to them at this moment. Update the page, go preview it. See how it looks. So the first thing to note though is the color changes because we get that from the theme. The second thing to note is the font. All of this coming from the theme. And as you make changes in your theme, the styling, etc., it will also make changes here. So we have course information with no information. We have the course instructor, unknown person. Our syllabus, this one is perfect, this one is fine. We cannot make any changes here. This is all done when you are designing your course. Then where are those guys at the top? And actually our course, what is this one called? Our course progress is also not there. Because this course hasn't started and no one has signed up for it, these won't appear. Because you didn't set an access plan, this won't appear. So you only have those things that have been set. What we'll do in the next few minutes is we're going to build all of this out so that this course page can look good, that when people come to your site and they come to this course, that they will be able to understand immediately what this course is about and whether they want to sign up or not. I'll leave this front end open so that every time we preview it, we can just come and check what's going on here. Step 7, let's add a featured image. So go over here, and featured image is always added under your document tab over here. You will see there's a lot of options going on here in the sidebar. We'll look here for featured image. Now the featured image is very important because I can bet you $2, Bob, that you are probably going to share this on Facebook. And when you share it on Facebook, you will need to have a featured image. So that's a pretty important decision that you have to make. And that's why I include it as a very crucial step, because I always forget it. I'm that person that designed my site, and then when I want to share something on Facebook, I realize it doesn't have a featured image, and then I need to go back and add the image, and it's a huge drag. So I'm going to add it here already very early in the course. Step 7, add a featured image. Let's do that. Click on it. It will open your media library, and I'm just going to use the images directly from my Explorer. You will use your Finder on a Mac, so I'm not going to upload anything per se. I'm just going to drag and drop them. Now I've got the featured image over here, and the reason it looks like this is I want to quickly talk about a few things here, decisions you can make. So let's click on it. Just bring it back. and talk about what I've got going on over here. First, this image is in a ratio of 1200 pixels width at 630 pixels height. This is the ideal resolution for posting something on Facebook. Your featured image doesn't have to be these dimensions, but what is important that whatever you want to appear in Facebook should be within a frame like this. So if you have one that's a little bit higher, make sure that your text does not break outside of that resolution or that ratio. The second thing is I put a square here in the middle. This is another thing. On some platforms, they will present it as a square. So I call it your safe area. You need to put your text, if you have anything or a logo or your main content, kind of try and put it within a square in the center to make sure that it will always display. These are just a few guidelines. They are not strict rules, but they work for me. And by following them, I hardly have any headaches when sharing on social media. I'm going to close this. So for my featured image, this is my go-to method at this moment. I'm going to click and drag it, drop it, it's going to upload, and make sure that you have something here for your alternative text. I'll just copy this one, copy, and then Control-V, paste that, set featured image. And there it is set now on the featured image. Update, preview, and there our featured image of our course will display at the top of our course. Naturally, you don't want it like this. You're going to make it look much better, right? Promise me that. But this is just for our purposes here during this tutorial. Step 8. Let's go and build out the course information. And we're going to spend some time here on the course information. Go to the back end, and to interact with anything on a page, you simply click on it. As you click on it, you see it is selected, and on the right, if it doesn't select block, you just click here on block. And everything that you can do for this block will appear here in the sidebar on the right under block. Sometimes by mistake, you'll have documents selected and you'll be confused. Where are the settings? Just remember, select block. Then you're good. No problem over there. Let's start with estimated completion time. This is a good idea to give people an idea how long this course is. You know, I've seen a course lately on Facebook where somebody was charging $99, and when I checked the course length, it was like 24 minutes. Must be super content. That's just not realistic with what you get nowadays. Maybe 10 or 20 years ago it was, but you have to be realistic for people's expectations when they go online. For example, on LinkedIn Learning, I'm paying what, $29 or $49 a month. You get unlimited courses, huge selection. So you have to kind of understand what you are competing with. That's why your estimated completion time should be important. This course is for free, so hey, free is free. Here you type in anything. You can use text, you can use letters, it doesn't matter. This is just a string. So I'll say this course is about 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's my estimate. And as I type it there, did you see what happened here? It filled it in over here. So it's kind of dynamic. So that's how you bring in your completion time. Let's update that. Go and preview it so you can see how it updates here on the front end. Course information, estimated time, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Jump back. Let's see what's going on under here for the course information. Display estimated time. Yes, we can deactivate it if we want to, but we want to display that. Display difficulty. Yes. So she's a life coach and she believes that you have to go through certain stages of maturity. So she has different courses. So yeah, she has some difficulty levels. Let's call it that way. Now, where am I going to find these difficulties? Because it says yes, I see nothing. This, you go back to document. And then here, you will see difficulties. And you can add the difficulties here. But what I'll do is I'll rather go into the back end and show you where those difficulties are so you have a little bit more control over them. Let's just update this page before we leave and then go to the W up here for your WordPress dashboard. And then here where we see courses, you will see difficulties appear over here as well. Click on that. And by default, LifterLMS has installed 3 difficulties for you. Well, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Let's just do it a little bit differently, and let's get rid of these difficulties. So I'll select them all. Then I'll go to bulk actions, delete, and apply. And we create our own difficulties. The first one she calls is a novice. And then slug, I'll do the same. And I'll click on add new course difficulty. So novice is like a beginner. The next one she will call an apprentice, which is similar to novice, but we'll say apprentice at least is trying hard. You see, multitasking doesn't work for me. I try to speak and type at the same time, just doesn't work. Add new course difficulty. So there we've got that. And then last one will be master, Shifu. So slug will be master, and then add new course difficulty. Now we've added our own difficulties. Go to courses, surviving the beast. Here is our course. Let's go to difficulties. Click here. And then we're going to call this novice. So when I start typing N-O, you will see it gives me this option to select this one. So let's click on novice. And has anything changed? Nothing has changed. Let's click on update. Still nothing has changed. Let's go view it on the front end. And you will see under course information, we have estimated time plus difficulty novice here. Let's go to the back. I'm just going to refresh this page because I know sometimes, with the refresh, it helps. There it brings in difficulty novice. So remember that refresh, it will help you. And if it says autosave, just click that thing away. That is difficulty. So let's click again on course information. We did the time, we did the difficulty. Now we are at display tracks. We are not going to use tracks or the concept of tracks in this tutorial. Now, what is a track? A track, for example, is when you decide that you want to become a fireman. And then when you want to sign up for a fireman's course, they're going to tell you, okay, there are 10 courses and you have to follow them in this order. It's a track that you have to follow from A to Z to get there. This idea here is if you have plenty and many courses on your site and you have developed these tracks for people, then you will include this one. We are not going to do that, so we deactivate it. No need for that. Display categories. Now, categories, I would say, is very, very, very important when you have multiple courses. And because we have a vision that Sarah Black is going to develop many courses in her future, we're going to use categories. Go up again here to document, and you will know categories appear here on the sidebar, and you can add new course category over here. Again, I'll go to the backend and do it over there. So let's just update before we exit. Go to WordPress. And under courses, select categories. These are empty, so we'll add our own. And the first category I will call work skills. And under slug, I will just type work. Add new course. Let's call the next one family life. Family. This one, we call it social connections. And just social. She really thought about her business, right? And then for this one, last one will be work, life encounters. Ooh, I'm getting very creative here, life. So these are the kind of topics that she has in her life coaching. Sometimes it's about social skills, sometimes it's about work relations, etc. So she's got these 4 categories. Now we've created our 4 categories. So we go back to our courses, surviving the beast. And now here in the sidebar, if you click on categories, you will see they appear over here. So this, let's say this is not about family life, but it's about life encounters and work skills. These are the focus points of this course that she's providing for these categories. So let's update it. And again, it's not updating here. And if that happens, you just refresh your page and it should show you the categories now. There you see that. And on the front end, let's just preview and update this one as well. And you can see this is clickable because if you make more courses in the future, these will be your archive pages where you can click and everything related to work skills will appear on that archive page. We're almost done with the course information. Click again on course information to activate the settings on the right. So we've done categories and the last one is tags. Tags, very similar to categories. It's just more opportunities for you to sort it. And I'm not going to use tags now. I'm lazy, so I'm going to deactivate that. I can leave it just empty, but I'm going to deactivate it. But if you do want to add it, you go through the same process. You can do it in the back like we did with categories, or you can just go up here to document and look for tags over here, and then you will fill it in. Where's tags? Here, and you'll fill it in over there. Same thing. Step 9 is the course instructor. So let's see. Remember how to activate it. Click on it, and here we have the course instructor. Let's just click here on block on the side, and there's almost nothing to do there. So how are you going to make this look a little bit more spiffy with an image and your name? That you're going to do in WordPress. So let's exit here again. We go to WordPress. Let me save first, update, and then click on WordPress. And for this, you go to the user profile. If only you are working with this site, you are the user. If you have many other people and many other contributors, you will have more users. We're assuming, to keep it simple, this is your site, and therefore you will be the only user in this site. To find yourself, you go over here to users, and you click on your profile. And you will see under your profile that you have a profile picture. You can change your profile picture on Gravatar. What the hey is Gravatar? If you know what Gravatar is, go there. If you don't, we're going to do something different. And then you have to change also your information over here. Let's do this one first. So your first name, her name is Grace, and then Black, and her nickname is Grace. I'm going to just say Grace Black. I can say Gracie. Let's say Gracie to be different. Gracie. And then display name publicly. And this is where you choose how it's going to display on the front end. But I'm going to choose Grace Black. That's what I want. So now we've done the name. Let's save this. Update profile. And let's see when we go to the front. This tab is still open. And I refresh it. You will see here it says Grace Black now and the author. She is the author. So let's change the image. Now, like I said, if you know what is Gravatar and you have an account at Gravatar, go ahead, knock yourself out. If you don't want to go that road, there's a much easier way to do it. Go to plugins, and we're going to add a new plugin for this. And just click on add plugin. And you type for this one, user profile picture. User profile picture. And you'll get this one. There are a few plugins that can do it. You know, you get used to a certain plugin and you just keep going there. So I've had very good results with this one, user profile picture. That's why I recommend it. Install now. Click activate. Let's go to the sidebar, users, your profile. And now you will see profile image. Just says click to edit. It doesn't say go to Gravatar anymore. This plugin now overrides that setting. So I'll click here. And then I'll just bring in an image for Grace, Grace Black, a 1-to-1 ratio, which means the length and the height and the width, well, top, right, bottom, and left, they are all the same size, 1-to-1. Set profile image. There's Grace, Gracie. Let's update the profile. Let's go here. Let's refresh. Wonderful. Let's go see how it looks in our builder. So we go to courses, courses, Surviving the Beast, and you will see it will update here as well. Again, just for reference, if you click on it, you will see there are almost no options on the right. So these are set blocks given to you by LifterLMS that help you to build out that page. And that is our course instructor part. Step 10, let's look at the syllabus. So if I click here on any area here, you will see it selects the syllabus. And over here, again, nothing. Even if I click up and down, nothing. Right? So these are settings that are preset. If you view it on the front end, you'll see this is how it looks. The one thing I want to change here, and that is that I think between my course instructor and my syllabus, there is just not enough space. And maybe I even want to say syllabus. How can I do that? And remember, we are here in an editor, and there are actually blocks from WordPress that you can use to build out a little bit more. So what I'll do is I'll go up here between these two, and I'll look for that little plus. I'll click on Add Block, and I'm going to look for a spacer. So I'll just type in spacer. And the spacer, when you click on it, will come in and it will give you space. So you can apply a little bit more white space between these sections. It's highlighted. If it isn't, click on it and you'll see on the right side it says that this distance is 100 pixels. I'm just going to half that and type in 50 to give us a little bit more space. Let's update that. See how it displays on the front. You can see there's a little bit more space. And actually, I think we can do the same maybe here. No, I think let's leave it like that. But let's put here a title like Course Syllabus. How can we do that? We bring in a block here, and we bring in a block for heading. So let's look for heading. Type heading. Here you see heading, and click on it, and it brings in a text area. So let's type in here syllabus. It's syllabus, and you will see here it's set to H2, and it is aligned to the left. You can also align it center, right. I think we want to keep it to the left because these guys are on the left. Update that. Let's see how that looks. That looks good. Something to brag about. Let's go back. And just remember, these guys over here, this progress and these guys down here, they are not currently displaying because we haven't started the course yet. Once we do that, they will be back in the picture. Step 11. Let's talk about the access plan. Access plan is another word. You'll have to understand what it means. How can people who come to your site get access to this course? Do they have to enroll? Is it for free, or do they have to pay something? That is the access plan. And you will have to go and set it up. You will see currently here where it says no access plans found. When I click on it, it also does not display on the front end. There's nothing here. We need to set that up. And this is where you have to take your mouse and continue scrolling down, down, down. And you'll get to this area, which is all connected to LifterLMS. And here we are going to create that access plan for people to sign up, but they don't have to pay anything. It is for free. There are many things that you can do with the access plan. You can put a price on it, and you can give out coupons so that people can sign up, still pay nothing, but at least you get them to feel that there is value. In this case, though, we're going to give it away for free from the beginning. But you have to create an access plan. Otherwise, it will look like this on the front end, and people won't be able to join. So let's go back, and we are going to click here on Add New. You have to learn how to not see things. This is how, I think in the book Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, they talk about not being able to see things. And this is one of those cases where many of these plugins have so many features. Try and focus on those things I show you and forget the rest. Future tutorials will cover mostly all of them. But for today, just focus on this one here, Access Plan. We're going to bring in an access plan. Click on Add New. We give the plan a title so that we can identify it. So I'm just going to give it the same name, Surviving the Beast, and I will call it Free because I want to give it away for free. Then I'll go to Enroll Text, and this is going to be the text on your button. So enroll today. Let's say enroll today. And then is free, no payment required. I select this. Before I click on this, you see there's a lot of stuff over here for pricing, etc. Once I select this, they will go away. Boom, they're gone. And that's the only three things we're going to do. Give it a title, enrollment text, and say no payment required. Then scroll down and click here on Save. And it jumps back up, and you see that area where no access plan was before. Now it gives me this. It says Surviving the Beast Free. It's free, enroll today. How does this look on the front end? Let's update and preview. Scroll to the bottom, and nicely it draws all the styling from our theme. Good. We're going to make some changes to this in the future to give it a little bit of sparkle and more emphasis. But for now, this, our step 11, creating an access plan, we're done with this one. Now people can just click here on Enroll Today. They will be able to sign up and they can begin enjoying your course. Of course, there's still no content in there, so you still need to set that up. Step 12, and that is about reviews. But we have here at the bottom something called a comment. So if we want people to leave a comment, that's great, they leave a comment. But what about a review? Review is actually a little bit more engaging. Now this comment area comes by default with WordPress. So the first thing we're going to do is turn it off. Go to the back end, click on Document, and then here I'm just going to close these and look for Discussion. This is where you find your comments. Under Discussion, allow comments. Let's switch it off, deselect it, update so you can see how it will look on the front. And now when I scroll to the bottom, there's no comment section anymore. To bring in the review section, that is done with LifterLMS. So the settings for LifterLMS, remember, scroll, keep scrolling, and there you go. And you will see here, this is where we were with the access plan for the sales page. Then we go here to reviews, click on this. And we're basically just going to enable a few things. Enable reviews, yup. Display reviews, so if people leave a review, yup. And then prevent multiple reviews. That's to make sure that the same very supportive family member that you have do not come and leave you 20 reviews to try and impress other people to sign up for your course. And we're going to say yes. Update that. And remember what I told you, don't look at anything else. This is what we're focusing on, and preview it. And as I scroll now to the bottom, you're going to see very similar to the comment section, but now it's about reviews. Review title, your review text, and then leave a review. I would say it's almost identical, except that there's a title and a message area to the comments, but this is the review part that comes directly from LifterLMS. It's something that you have control over in the back end as well. Let's get to step 13. And this is about the accessibility, or rather the way people are going to find your course when they come to your site. Where will they find this course? And you think, of course they'll find it. No. Let's go to our site here. I'm going to click on Home. And once I click on Home, where is my course? I didn't put it on any of my pages, so there's no way to link to that course, and it's not here in my menu. And this is what I want to do at this step so that we can bring it into our menu. So from here on, if we need to access it, very easy to find it. So there are a few things that we can do. We can put it on a page as a call to action, which is a button or a section that they can go for, or we can put it in the menu. And that's what I want to do. In fact, there is an area called coaching. And if I click here, it's going to take us to, oh, Grace, I keep calling her Sarah. Sorry, Grace. It's going to take us to Grace Black's page. Yeah, that's why we call it Gracie. And we can put it here somewhere, like over here, a call to action. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it part of the menu. I'll put it under coaching. So I want to make it a sub menu. Let's go and do that. So that has to happen within menus. I'm going to leave it open. Go to our first tab and let's just make sure update to save our work. Go to WordPress, click on the W, and then in the sidebar, look for appearance and click on menus. This menu has already been set up earlier because I used that starter template from Astra. Where am I going to find the course? And this is where a lot of people go click, click, because they just cannot find it. Strange things about WordPress, and it's one of those things that if you do it often, like I do with these tutorials, you're just like, I guess it's over there. If you don't do it as often as I do, you may search forever. Go up here where it says Screen Options. Click on that. And then all the way from here, you will see courses, memberships, custom links, categories, tags, formats, course categories, difficulties, tags, etc. All the way from this one to this one. These are all possible links that you can add to your menu relating to LifterLMS. Some of them are activated, some aren't. So if you want something and you cannot see it, it's probably just deactivated. I'm looking for the course. So you look here for courses, and as I click on this one, you will see the label for courses appear here in this drop down. So courses, there it is, courses. I can close my screen again. Let's click here on the drop down for courses and Surviving the Beast. There we go. So we click on Surviving the Beast, add it to the menu, and then we put it under coaching. We drag it to the right as a sub menu. Voila. Save the menu. Go to the front. Let's refresh this page. And you will see coaching appears here. And as I hover over it, there we go. If I go to home, let's do the same. And I did that on purpose because I knew this is what was going to happen. So this is all related to my theme. This is my theme's header, which in this case is Astra. So I'll have to go and make some changes to this. Before I do that, I need to go and activate the color options. Let me just go to the back end. And I'll go to Appearance, go to Astra Options. And here where it says Colors and Background, this is a Pro module. I'll just click on Activate to make sure I can work with those colors and the background. Let's go to the front again. We can access the customizer from here. So I'll click here on Customize. Then select Header, Primary Header. And I'll scroll to the bottom where it says Menu and Submenu. Click on these. And then I'm going to change the link color. What is the link color for this little wreath? I'm going to grab my color picker. Go over there until, okay, click on that one. Copy that code. And then link text color here. Paste it. Good. Let's see if I hover over it. There we see Surviving the Beast now. That's fine. I'm good with that. Even that background, it's like a plaster on her band-aid on the front head. I'm just going to leave that. Remember to publish this. And then I'm going to close it. It takes us again to the front end. And now when a visitor comes to your site, hello Gracie, how are you doing? They go to Coaching, Surviving the Beast. And if they click on this link, it takes them to the course. Great. Now people can actually access it. This is great stuff. And this is how it will look for them. Let's actually go and see how it will look for them because currently you are viewing it as you. If you want to see how it will look to a student, you can go up here to the toolbar and say View as Visitor or View as Student. Let's go with View as Visitor. So this is somebody who's coming to your site. They're just visiting your site. Click on that. And has anything changed? Yep, it has changed. Right, so not much. Okay, because they have to sign in. And then let's go back to View as Myself. Before we continue with all the functions going on and how you can set up more stuff here, I want to bling up this site a little bit and just help you to think a little outside the box when it comes to when you're working with things like this, especially in the Gutenberg editor. Because page builders are so dominant at this moment, we completely overlook the WordPress Gutenberg editor. But when it comes to posts and things like LifterLMS and many other platforms, they still rely on this editor. And I would highly recommend that you spend a little bit of time on it. Check out the tutorials we have for add-ons for it. And it will really help to extend your world in WordPress Gutenberg editing. So what I want to do is I want to take this page here, my course page. I'm going to just spice it up a little bit with a few ideas with an add-on. Also one from Astra called Ultimate Add-ons for Gutenberg. There are actually a number out there, but I'm going to stick to this one because I don't want to overcrowd my plugins. Let's go to the back end, and here we are still. I'll go to Plugins, and I'll click on Add New. We're going to look for one called Ultimate Add-ons for Gutenberg, and you have to type it like that because there are a number of Ultimate Add-ons for other page builders as well. It looks like this, UG. And you see 200,000 active installations, probably people that are using starter sites from Astra. Click on Install Now. Important, this is for free. The Ultimate Add-on for Gutenberg, totally for free. So what it does, it gives you a little bit extra functionality, more blocks that you can use when you're using the WordPress Gutenberg editor. And that helps you to build out much flashier pages than you would just normally do with Gutenberg by itself. Activate. And to access it, you simply go into your courses, click on Courses, Surviving the Beast. And now, if you want to bring in a block, so let's just click up here on Add Block, collapse this, you will see here at the bottom, you will have Ultimate Add-on blocks. And you even have your user profile. Cute. Okay. Ultimate Add-ons blocks. So here is what I'm going to do. Just a little bit playing around, giving a little bit shine. I'm going to create a hero section at the top. So I want to have a hero image, and then I have some text over that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the featured image. I'm going to say it shouldn't display on this page. And that I'm going to do with my Astra theme. Scroll down and click here on Disable Title. Update, and to show you what that will do is here where it says Surviving the Beast, it will remove that now. Next, I'm going to remove the featured image. Go to the back end, and then here, click on Disable Featured Image. Update. Let's see that on the front end. Preview. Oh, okay, that wasn't preview. And now it's all gone. But we still need something at the top. Otherwise, people will have no idea what this is about. Let me close this one. And that's where I'm going to bring in my own little thing. Look for a plus anywhere. I'll click here on Add Block, and I'm going to look for a section, which is one of my favorite wrappers when it comes, not rappers, MC Hammer, wrappers, when it comes to Ultimate Add-on blocks. Click on Section, and then I have a section here, and inside this, I'm going to put an advanced heading. So click on Add Block, and if you want to know more about what I'm doing now, check out the tutorials here on Website for Beginners. So I'm just going to go through this just to give you an idea of what you can do within this course page. Advanced heading. We will call this, what is this called again? About the beast, surviving the beast. And then here, write a description. I'll say, tough times don't last. Tough people do. Yeah, right. Tough people do. And now I will select the back where I can select the section, and I'll bring in an image for that. So over here, background, select image, select background image. And which one shall, let's just choose one of these. Nice smile over there. Let's do that. Grace, remember she's Grace. And then what I will do, it says here, layout, content box, full width. I'll do that. Let's give some padding at the top and the bottom. That will be under spacing. At the top, 20, let's put it at 150. And then at the bottom, I'll put that on 150 as well. Let's change the overlay because it's a little bit not enough contrast. So let's see overlay. Is there image color type? Color, image overlay, color. Okay, good. Let's choose this one. And then opacity like so. All right, all right. And then we go here, click on the advanced heading, and we change the custom color to white. And then here for the subheading, also the color, make that white. We've got a separator there, which also needs to become, let's change a different color, yellow. Okay. Let's update that just to see how this little section that I just pulled out, how that will look on the front. Ooh, it looks pretty good. Of course, it has to go at the top. That's very simple, Nigel. We're just going to shift it up. So go to the back end, and here where you see, let's click on the section. You'll see the arrows move up, and once it gets here, it cannot move up. It's at the top. So what we've done effectively is we've disabled the title of this course. We've disabled featured image, and we've created our own hero banner at the top. If I update this now, it will move to the top. And there we go. Very nice. This is very professional. You can pay me later. But this is how it looks now. And what else we can do? There are so many things you can do. Like I said, think outside the box. For example, here, Surviving the Beast, this area where people can sign up. I think stretching all the way from left to right, unnecessary. So what I'll do is I'll put it inside a column. Go to the bottom. Here we are. And here is a plus between these two. And I'm going to look for advanced columns from Ultimate Add-ons blocks. Click on advanced columns. It gives me 2 columns. I'll select the wrapper here. And then columns, I'll just increase that to 3. Then I'll click on this enrollment visibility block. Click here and drag it until I see that blue line there for the middle column, and I drop it. Now I have constrained it. I've made it like a little sign-up box. Click on Update. Preview it on the front. And look at that. That looks much, much better, right? Really, really nifty. And you can now begin to understand that there's a lot that you can do here. You can, let's do something crazy as well. I'll go here to Syllabus and bring in advanced columns again. I'll just type columns, click on advanced columns. And then I'll click on this heading for syllabus and I'll drag it in here. Click on syllabus and I'll drag that in there. And then I'll go to my columns. Let me see how to do this. Click on this column. Let me just select it up here, column. And then for the width, I'm going to put this at 30%. And then for my second column, content width, at 70%. Don't worry, everything will be all right. Let's update it and see, did I make a mess or does it still look okay? Preview it. Hey, doesn't look bad, right? And in fact, I'm thinking this would also be cool. Let's grab this one that we've got down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it. Let me put it here. Don't worry. And then I'm going to drag it here under syllabus. Oh, I'm messing up big time. And I didn't test it before the time. It's just as I'm sitting here now, I'm coming up with these ideas. And that doesn't look so great because it doesn't align. So let me take that away. But, I mean here, even there, let's take it down one. Let's update that. See it on the front. That doesn't look bad. But I'm going to take it back here to where it's been before. Update. And this we had done now with the ultimate add-ons for Gutenberg. And if you want to have a look at everything there, you will see you have your info boxes, posts that you can bring in. No need for doing that. You have Teams social share, price list. In fact, I think the social share is not a bad idea. Let's do that. Let's click here on social share. And we added it over here. And then from social share, you can probably bring in a few more buttons. Let's change this to, what is this one? Twitter. So, okay. Let's make another one and change this one to LinkedIn. Okay. I wonder how this is going to look. Okay, we should get on. I'm wasting time here. And just add a spacer. Sorry, need to add a spacer there. And drag this a little bit. Preview. There we go. And in no time, you have made your page look different to each and every other course page from LifterLMS that other people will be making. So allow yourself a few minutes or a few hours to do a little something different for your course page by doing what I just did. Go install a plugin or use the blocks that come with the WordPress Gutenberg editor and bring in extra stuff here. You can have long descriptions of your course. You can add text here to give more description about your course. You can add indexes. You can add lists of what people will learn. Just think of that. What are the benefits? What are the outcomes? And that you will all do with those add-ons. Let's start talking about content. You remember we designed this course. We have it here, lesson 1. There's nothing in there. Let's begin adding stuff in there. So I'll close this one out. We go to the back. Let's just update this. And as we are here on this page, go to document. And now we go back to our course builder, that framework that we had created at the very beginning. Click here on launch course builder. And it takes us back to this area where we had started back in 1922. Let's expand. You see here it says expand all. Click on that and it will give you all of the lessons we had created. Let's go to lesson 1. Now, I'm going to give you a few options here of what you can do with lessons and how you can build them out. And again, I want you to think really outside the box. Don't just get stuck to a video. There is so much more than you can do than just a video. Let's talk first about general content, something that you can do like text. So you are going to do that within the WordPress Gutenberg editor. As you hover over here, you'll see there's a little W and it says Open WordPress Lesson Editor. And as I click on that, it's going to open and it's going to look again like the Gutenberg editor. One thing you'll note as we move forward here, that at some point you're going to have many tabs here. For some reason, as I click on one thing, it will open a new tab, open a new tab. Just go back and close the old ones. I'll leave this one open to prove my point later on, but just be aware that this will happen. So we can see it's lesson 1. We see it says mark complete. Let's just update this and click on preview to see how this lesson currently looks on the front end. So we have the lesson here. Then it says back to surviving the beast. It says mark complete. That's when you have finished the lesson. And then here you have next lesson, lesson number 2, course material. So these are your navigators that tells you where to go left or right. Let's talk about these two things here. They are blocks. So we go back to the editor and you will see if I click here on mark complete, it's going to select it as a block. It says up here, lesson progression, mark complete. And if I click on these two, you will see this is lesson navigation. To get them, you do the same. You go up here to blocks and then go to LifterLMS blocks and you will see these two appear here for the lesson. The others don't appear here because they are not related to your lesson. You can remove them if you want to, but I would highly recommend do not do that, Freddy. Leave them in there. Let's build out some content. You want to thank people for signing up. This is going to be all text. So you can do that with the WordPress Gutenberg editor, and I'll do it very similar to what we had done earlier. Let's go to Any Plus. I'm going to look for a heading. I'll use the advanced heading. And then here I'm going to call it Welcome to a New Beginning. You've made the right choice. And then I can style it. I will put it to the left and then I'll move it to the top. I'll click here on move up and move up. Then I'm going to bring in text. So the first thing is I'll bring in a heading or a chapter. Let's call that. I'll use a normal heading here. So I'll click on heading. I'll even put this on H3. H2 is fine. And call it a new beginning. And under this, I'll bring in paragraph text. So I'll look for paragraph over here. And then I'll bring in text. For that, I'm going to use lorem ipsum random text. And I'll use my lorem ipsum.io text generator. And then I'll say 5 paragraphs, good enough. Let's generate some text here. I'll grab this. Here, copy that. Let's go to the back end and I'll paste it. Control V. We've got 2 paragraphs. Great. Let's bring in another heading. I'll just go to this one and duplicate it and then drag it here. Y, O, Y. Y, O, Y. Then I'll bring in more paragraph text. Let's grab more text here. And the whole idea is that here people are going to read. Control V. And one thing you will notice, let's update this and first preview it on the front. How this lesson looks. This looks like a textbook lesson. Very nice. Welcome to a new beginning. Da-da-da. Right, so 2 things here. You need to think about spacing. These 2 are too close to each other. So what I can do, go back. And when I click on this one for the advanced heading, I can look for spacing down here. Separated bottom spacing, no. So spacing is not going to be an issue here. So I'll bring in a spacer for this. My good friend, the spacer. All right, and then reduce this. And I'll also put a spacer here to give some more space to this one as well. And this way, my page just looks much more structured like that. Great, and if Gracie wants to add another photo of herself, let's do that. Let's bring in an image over here, image. And then from our media library, let's choose Gracie there. Great, and then I'm going to say align to the left, like so. I'll put it on medium here. Good. Let's go down, and there we do that. Let's see. And that's it. So we've built out our introduction lesson over here, and people are just basically going to read through it, and then, yeah, mark complete. Step 16, let's add a downloadable file. This is something that you may want for people to download the course contents. And that's why I bring this in, because you're going to have maybe some cheat sheet or some guide that you want people to download, also to promote yourself a little bit. So let's add a PDF to our site. What I'll do is go back to the back end, because here I want to show you when you click on document, in the sidebar, you're going to see the course builder appear here. And under it, you will see a layout. Currently, you're busy with this one, Lesson 1 Introduction. And by simply clicking on Lesson 2 Course Materials, it's going to switch to Lesson 2. And now it brings you in Lesson 2, and you can build out Lesson 2. I'll just click here, and I'm going to say Download. And it's going to give me this block, a common block called File. Click on that. I'll just move it up first. And then you can bring in any file that you want people to download. I'll drag my Explorer. I have a PDF here. I'll click and drag it and drop it there. And you see there it says Course Materials, which you can change. Download a free health brochure for this course. That doesn't make any sense. And that's it. There's a download button. Not much you can style here on the right, but this is for free. And I'll just add a spacer here again. Where is spacer? Look for it again. Spacer. Drag it down. And let's, that's it. So let's say update. We preview this. And this will open Lesson 2 now for us. So let's navigate here at the bottom first back to Lesson 1. This is Lesson 1. They will read through it. Then they'll go to Lesson 2. Here's Lesson 2. Download the free health brochure for this course. Let's click on download. And it's going to download the PDF for us. And then when they open it, superhero. Oh, cool. Good. And now you've learned also how you can easily make your course materials downloadable and accessible for people within your course. Step 17. Now we talk about video. Video you do not add within the page. That is done within the course builder. We've done Lesson 1. We've built that out. And Lesson 2. And let's close this. And let's go to the back. Here we are. This is our Lesson 2. Let's just update it. Let's go to Document. And then here, where we had been navigating between the various lessons, go ahead and click on Launch Course Builder. And it will take us back to this interface. Let's expand all so we can see what we've got. And under Lesson 1 and Lesson 2, you will see now here there is a highlighted area and it says has content. So this indicates to us that these lessons have content. For Lesson 3, how did we get here? Now comes the meat. This is going to be the video, right? Video is the end thing. We need to have video. And you can bring in YouTube, you can bring in Vimeo, and this is where you want to add the video. But whereas we had built out these two with the WordPress Gutenberg editor, you're not going to do that with video. LifterLMS has been specifically designed to work different with video to allow for some premium features like autoplay. But that is a premium feature, but this one, we don't care about that. To bring in the video, you go here to the settings. So not the top row, to the second row, and you click here on settings, and it's going to open all the settings on the side. And here you will see video embed URL. Let's go find a random video on Vimeo, vimeo.com. And I'll go to inspiration and watch something there. Watch. And let's select any of these videos. Vienna is like, pause this one, click on share. And then over here, you will see the link, copy that, Control C, Command C. And then we go back here and where the video embed URL is, Control V. And that's it. And you can click here on saved if you think nothing happened, but indeed it has happened. So what's going on now? Where is that video? You will see here now, as the same for these two, this little area is highlighted to show that there is content. Now the video button for this one is highlighted. Can we view this? Yes, we can. Hover over the title and then you go to the preview here where it says view lesson and click on that. And this is going to open Lesson 3. How did we get here? And here's the video. Now the mark complete button is flushed straight to the video and I just don't like it. I want some space there. How on earth are we going to add the space? This is the great thing. You can add content and you can add video individually and they will work nicely together. This is what I mean. Let's go back here. Let's go to Lesson 3. How did we get here? And we click on Open WordPress Lesson Editor. Up here, we will see the Mark Complete button. And I want to bring in space. So I'll click on Add Block, look for my spacer. Click on that. Move the spacer one up, and I'll just reduce this. I want it over here, 34. Let's put it on 35. Update. And here lesson 3 is still open, so I'm going to refresh this and you will see that space has been added. That's all that you need to build out your lessons. Don't make it complicated. Don't worry about all those other features that you see here within the course builder. I'm going to close these two, get rid of them, go back to the course builder. I'll close this window. Here in your course builder, step 1, like we did earlier, is sections, lessons, then add content. If it's only text or images, you do it with the WordPress editor. Open WordPress lesson editor. If you want to bring in video, you do it over here. There are other features over here, but I guess you're going to use these guys most of the time. In future tutorials, we're going to come back here a lot. We're going to talk about assignments, and we're going to talk about quizzes. All of that will happen here within your course builder. This one, we don't have that. This is just Grace giving away this course for free. She doesn't want to test people. She doesn't want to give them assignments. It's purely a promotional tool. Now that we've done this, what you will need to do is go through all of the courses that you are setting up and fill out the content, all the way from lesson 1 to lesson 7. I'm naturally not going to do that, otherwise this video will run into hours and hours of just repeat, but that is what you will have to do. And when you are done with that, you just click here at the bottom on exit and it takes you back to your course page. Step 18. Now let's talk about the big stuff, the things that will scare you, which is enrollment. How can people enroll for this course? Now here I want to tell you a very important thing. You are giving away your course for free because what you want is for them to use your business in the future. You hope that this promotion will encourage them to do business with you. But more importantly, you want their email addresses. Yes, right. By enrolling, they will actually provide you their information, which means that in the future you can send them promotions, you can get in touch with them. That is the whole idea of giving courses away for free. I think if you go to how many websites, you're going to see this a lot. The mistake that many people make is that they just give it away for free without asking for an email in return. And for newcomers to website making, that may be your mindset as well. Mine was like that. But trust me, you're going to find down the line that you haven't had engagement with thousands of people and you cannot reach them. You've lost those leads. We call it a lead. It's when somebody gives you the information and you can contact them again. So this is step 18. We want people to be able to sign up. Let's just have a look at how this is done. And actually, it's not much you have to do. It's something someone else is going to do. Let's preview our site currently on the front end. Click here on Home. And this is how our site looks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open another browser just for us not to get confused. So I'll copy here my domain. Then I'll open a new browser, which is Blisk. And I'll copy that, paste it. Just turn off my developer mode. And here is my page, my site. Exactly what we've been working with this whole time. Here's my coaching, Surviving the Beast. And there is everything here. Well, let's see what happens. And remember, I'm not logged in on this site. So what happens if I click here on lesson 1? It says here, you must enroll in this course to access course content. How rude. Well, and if I click on it, it doesn't even allow me to click on it. I need to enroll, right? This is what we want. So let's see what happens when Bobby McGee enrolls. He's going to click on Enroll Today. And this is going to be the purchase page. Now, if you had set up a payment access plan, there's going to be a price here, many other things. But in this case, we made it free. If you already have an account, you can log in, but we don't, so we cannot log in. So we're going to do this from scratch. And I'm going to say Bobby, what did I say? McVie? Bobby McVie at hotmail.com. Sorry, Bobby, if that is your Hotmail address, you're going to get a confirmation email soon. And then same hotmail.com. And I'm going to set up a password. Ooh, and I have to remember this because I want to show you later how you're going to log in again. I want to stop here for a while. I haven't answered the question, why are we working with LifterLMS and not many of the other LMS plugins available on the market? I've done an incredible amount of research. And when it came to the easiest all-in-one package on the market, it was LifterLMS. I've spent hours, weeks on working through different plugins. And this is what I found works for me. So if you ask me even to look at others, there's maybe a few like TutorLMS. I will kind of give it the time. But many of the older guys, they are just too crazy. They have so many things and their schemes, when you go and try and sign up for them, you will find you have to purchase more and more and more. If you are happy with an LMS that you've been using from before, stick to that. Don't make the jump. Just don't do that. But if you don't want to spend crazy money, you're looking for something simple, LifterLMS. Let's change the rest of the stuff here. Bobby McVie. Bobby 16 Northern Lights Avenue. Let's put this Batuli, Free State 9445, South Africa. I'm not going to add my phone number there, and click on Enroll Now. Bobby McVie is sitting in anticipation. Is he going to pass his credit check? And he's in. Bobby's in. Course enrollment success up here. Congratulations. You enrolled in Surviving the Beast. That's quite a mouthful. So now when Bobby scrolls down, I need you to notice two very important things. One is that we have the progress bar here. Up to now, that thing didn't appear because I wasn't enrolled, so there's no progress. The second thing I want you to notice is this button. The continue button now says get started because Bobby, you haven't started yet. Come on, buddy, let's get started. So let's see what's going to happen when Bobby clicks on get started. Get started. And there it begins. Great, so Bobby spends his first 20 minutes reading through this. And then when he's done, he clicks on Mark Complete. Great. And as he clicks on it, it will tell him up here, hey, you're 14.9% done, buddy. Good luck. And then it takes him automatically to lesson 2. And down here it says download. So he's going to download, again, that cute little pug. Lately, I love pugs. Neighbors have got pugs, and these guys always come visit me every afternoon, play with my dog. So before, I just thought I remember the pug from, what is it, Men in Black, and I never liked the pug, but lately I think the pugs are so cute. Right, and then when you're done with that, you say Mark Complete, and it will take you to lesson 3. And complete your section, great, you get an award for that, you completed the lesson, and this is how you keep track. When you want to go back to the course page, you just go up here to back to Surviving the Beast. And there it is. And now you can see here is your progress, 28.57%. And this button now says continue. This is what Bobby has done. What does this mean for you as Grace Black? Let's go to our WordPress page, and I'm going to close this, and I'm going to close this, and let's go here and let's just click here on LifterLMS Free, our site, and then let's go to the dashboard, and I'm going to close Vimeo. Right, so what this means for us is that if I go to that course we had built, so we go to Courses, click on Surviving the Beast, scroll all the way down, let me just close this one. You are going to see here Student Management, and you're going to see McVie Bobby has signed up. And the wonderful thing about Bobby McVie signing up, in order to manage the students, visit the triggering, is when I click here on Bobby McVie, any changes, say leave. Here we get all the details from Bobby McVie, his information, right? Courses, membership, right? And there you have everything about Bobby you've always wanted. And if you want to find it within LifterLMS, you go to LifterLMS and you click here on reporting within the LifterLMS. You'll find it over here. And now you can export Bobby McVie, or his details rather, to CSV. Click on that. And here you're going to get everything. And the most important part is column B, his email address. That's the way you will be collecting your leads. And as people sign up, you will get all that information here, LifterLMS reporting, and they will appear over here. And you can even check their progress as it goes on. Step 19. Let's talk about student dashboard and how you log in and log out. I'll go to Bobby McVie's site at this moment. Here is Bobby McVie. He's signed in here. This is his courses. What else can he do? How is he going to be able to access his dashboard? You will have to give him some way, right? If he goes to Surviving the Beast, this is it. But what if his little sister, Tina, wants to come up and sign up for the course and do it by herself? Every time he logs in, it's going to be in his name. So they want to have also the opportunity to sign out and sign back in. Let's go and do that. Let's go to our area, and we are going to be doing that within our menus. Go to Appearance here, hover to Menus, click on Menus, and now what we want to do is we want to bring in an area for my courses, the courses that I can sign up for, or the courses that I have signed up for and that I can log in. Again, you're not going to see it here. There's courses here. So remember what I told you earlier. If you know it should be there, but you cannot find it, go up here to Screen Options and look for it. And this one here is LifterLMS, which I think is actually the most important one, but for some reason it's not activated. Click on LifterLMS and you get the label over here. Close the Screen Options, click on LifterLMS, and there are many. And you can do a lot with this, and I'm still going to show you in other tutorials how you can really set up very, very nifty login and log out menus within your header. In this instance, I'm just going to go here to My Courses. Select this and click Add to Menu, and then let's just put it here under Coaching. So this will be here at the bottom of Under Coaching. Let's say Save Menu. Click here on LifterLMS at the top or on your home setting to go to the front end. And now when you go to Coaching, you will see My Courses appear over here. Click on that, and this will be the dashboard. Now remember, this is what you see. You are the admin, you are Grace, you are not enrolled in this course, so nothing special here. But let's go and see how this will look for Bobby. We go to our other page. Let's click here on Home, and that should refresh everything. So if I hover over Coaching, you will see it says now My Courses. If I click on My Courses, this is what Bobby is going to see. He's going to see the dashboard, and then he's going to see that the course he has signed up for, and as he click on it, it will take him back to that course. Now his little sister Lisa wants to also do it, so he goes to My Courses, and he can click here on Sign Out. You can also add a Sign Out menu link there. We'll do that in another tutorial. So now Bobby is signed out. He has to sign in again in the future. So Lisa takes her time, she signs out, Bobby comes back, we go bobby.mcvie@hotmail.com. Now password, login. Ooh, could not find an account with a browser combination. Let's try again. Bobby.mcvie. There we go. Whew, for a moment I thought I had gotten something wrong. And you can also see here is My Courses, view all my achievements, view all certificate, blah, 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 and a lot of stuff up here. Maybe this is not what Grace is interested. We'll take a look at how we can reduce this, but this is how Bobby's going to sign in and sign out by just giving him a My Courses access within your header. As I mentioned, that you see there's a lot of areas here that Bobby can click on. Dashboard, My Courses will show him courses, my grades, right? And this is how far he's going. My memberships, no membership. My achievements, nope. My certificates, nope. If you haven't activated these things, they won't show. So in this case, I just want to remove it. I don't want to give Bobby too much clutter. So let's go and remove that. You go to your area, go to the back end, and then you go to LifterLMS and click on Settings. Go over to Accounts. And then here you will see the Student Dashboard Endpoints. And you can see all of those things that we have seen appear over here. Now memberships, you don't have membership. So if you don't have it, you simply delete this like so. Achievements, no. View certificates, no. Notifications, you can leave that. Edit account, lost password, yes. Redeem vouchers, yeah, you're not going to have that. No, leave that. Maybe in the future you will have that. So these three you want to remove. Save your changes. And let's go see what Bobby will see now when he refreshes his page. Refresh, and you will see those guys have been removed. That's how you can clean up that dashboard a little bit for Bobby. Strangely enough, you won't believe it, we are almost done. One thing that I think is very important when you come to a course is a sidebar. You can add more information in a sidebar, and let me show you how we're going to do that. So LifterLMS, let's just go to LifterLMS, see how our course currently looks, Surviving the Beast. And here on the right, we're going to add a sidebar. To do that, you go to your backend, LifterLMS, and you go to Appearance, Widgets, and then here you will see Course Sidebar and Lesson Sidebar. And there are two specific widgets just for your course. The one is Course Progress, so click and drag that in. And the other one is Course Syllabus. Click and drag that in. So the syllabus, we can call it here Course Outline. And then here for Course Progress, Your Progress. Display to enrolled students only, yes. So let's say save, save, and then we go to our front end. I'll click and hold Control on my keyboard, Command on a Mac, hold that and click, and it will open a new tab here. Let's go to Surviving the Beast, and we don't see the sidebar. And the reason you won't see the sidebar, like I'm not seeing it, is because in my pre-made, in my preset template that I'm using from Astra, it's been deactivated. Usually it should be on by default, but in this case, it's deactivated. So that's something you have to go set up in your theme. And here I will show you what Astra has. That's why Astra is a very good theme choice for LifterLMS. On this page, let's click on Customize up here in the toolbar to enter the customizer for Astra. And then here, you will see in the sidebar, there's actually a section for LifterLMS. This is the integration that the guys at Brainstorm Force have done with LifterLMS. Click on it, and it says your course columns, membership columns, but so what? That's not going to give me my sidebar. Click back, and then you will see here it says sidebar. So click on the sidebar, and then here, LifterLMS. LifterLMS course and lesson. So everything connected to LifterLMS. Let's go to no sidebar and say right sidebar. And then go to Lifter course and lesson, right sidebar. And there is your sidebar now. That's what I want, Bobby. Say publish. Close out here. And now we have the course outline here. And we have also your progress. So if we go back to the front. So if we go to Bobby's page now, and we click here on course, this is what Bobby is going to see, the course outline and his progress. I think we should put progress at the top. Let's do that. So here we go to our widget area under appearance. Let me just collapse this and drag your progress at the top. I think that's better. And then when Bobby goes to his page, refresh, you will see his progress at the top. And those that he have completed, they already been checked, and then this is where he can continue. This is his course page, but you can also do sidebar for your lessons. So if I click here on lesson 3, this is where Bobby will continue from. This will give me the video, but no sidebar here. There is an area for a sidebar. You can see the space has moved because we activated that within the Astra theme, but we haven't added any content to that sidebar. Let's do that. Let's go here to our backend. Lesson sidebar, and we do the same. We bring in the course progress, we bring in course syllabus, and the same thing, progress, we can type in there progress, and syllabus, we can type in outline, same thing again, save and save. But again, think outside the box. You can also bring in an image over here with some text, image. Let's click here on add image, put in Grace, and happy to work with you. And then let's see, this will appear on our lesson page. So let's go back to Bobby, what he will see. Let's click on the course page, Surviving the Beast, right? So this is the sidebar. And then if he clicks on lesson 3, it takes him to the lesson page, and this is how the sidebar will look. I think, my opinion, sidebars for courses are essential. So set them up, put some information here, especially if you want people to sign up for other courses and you have more ideas. Your call to actions, those things that you want people to take action on, can go in here. You can add links here. You can put advertisements in there. Very good area for people to get exposure to other things that you have to offer for them. Let's take a recap of where we are, because for today's tutorial, we are done. Let's go to our page, and I'm just going to close this. I'll close Lorem Ipsum. Let's click here, go to the front. And we started way back when, like I said, in 1922, we started with this site that I had imported from Astra. And this is Grace Black. And during these times, Grace wants to bring an online course to generate some business. We had created that course by installing LifterLMS. Then we had created the course and we called it Surviving the Beast. For this course, we had built out the structure. And to do that, we had clicked here on Launch Course Builder, which had taken us into the course builder. We had built out sections. Under these sections, we had added the lessons. For each lesson, we added content. For these two, we did it in the Gutenberg editor. This one, we added video, and the rest is up to you. After we had done that, we had gone back, and then we had built out our course page. So for this example, we had brought in these blocks from LifterLMS. Do you remember? Up here, click on the plus and LifterLMS blocks that we had used to bring in information about our course. Then I had installed Ultimate Add-ons for Gutenberg, which is a free Gutenberg plugin, also from the guys who make the Astra theme. And I had created my own hero image at the top. I've also brought in columns to space these things a little bit differently. I added a few headings here and there, and I just jazzed it up a little bit to make it look more unique. The great thing about this is working with a compatible theme is that how everything here looks on the front end is regulated by the theme. If I go to preview, we see that the colors are different on the front than they are in the back. That's because they draw that information, topography, color, style, etc. from the theme. What's very important is that we had added links up here to our header and our menu so that people can easily access the course, and that those people, like Bobby, who have already joined, can easily access his courses as well, sign out, and again pick up where he left off last time. There's nothing more that Grace actually needs to do. She's not running a full-time online business. This is just an add-on service that she wants to provide at this moment, like so many people want to do. But I'm pretty sure Grace is going to find out very soon that this is a very profitable way and very easy way of generating business and income, and that she will start doing more like this in the future. What Grace will need to do, though, is that she will need to heavily promote what she's doing. So when you go to your home page, you will need to bring in a call to action, something to promote this course, because if people don't go up there by themselves, they're never going to know you even have a course to offer. And that means you have to put a link on your pages or a pop-up just to tell people, hey, sign up for this course. It's for free. Let's just quickly see how you would do that. We go to our back end. Let's go to our home page. And then we are going to click up here to edit it with Elementor in the page builder. And what we want to do is we just want to add a button just to see how we can bring in a call to action. So here I have probably a heading, and I'll bring in a button below that. So I'll search for button. Here's a button, and I have also ultimate add-on buttons, multi-button. So I'll just bring this one, drop it down there, and join, what will we say, Life Coach course free. And then we have to add a link to it. So over here in the link, all I need to do is I have to search for this course, which is, what did we have? Beast. And as I type in there, it's going to look through everything in my WordPress, and it says, hey, you actually have something with the name Beast. It's called Surviving the Beast. That's what I want. So I click on that one, And that's where I'll leave it. You can give link options here and say open in a new window. I won't do that. This is just a little tip here. You actually want people to come to your page, don't care about the rest. Sign up for that course so that you can get the email address. So you want to guide them away from this page. You want them to go over that page. It's like a funnel. You're funneling them into a direction and you want them to enroll for this course. That's it. So anything in a link in your builder or whatever you are using, this is how you can do it. You can create an area like this, a special area this big, just promote your course. You can have a pop-up like I mentioned earlier. In this case, I'm just adding this button here as a high recommended step that you have to take when you want to promote your course. Click here on update, and then we go view it on the front end. So live coach course free. Okay, that's very difficult to pronounce. Click on this and what? New course. And here I would say you will have to add a little bit more information, maybe a bio about yourself over here in this sidebar, a description of the course here with a block for text. And this one looks a little bit too squashed at this moment. And then get a few friends to sign up for this course and leave some good reviews here. Life-saving changes. I'm wearing a cape from now on, flying from building to building, something like that. And this is how people are going to sign up. And then you have all these call to actions on different places on your site. Let's just quickly, to sign off and end it off, go over to LifterLMS and see what's going on with what LifterLMS has to offer us in terms of maybe going pro in the future, something that we will tackle very soon here on Websites for Beginners. The question is, why is LifterLMS free? How it works currently in the world, when everybody's doing the same thing, someone will come along and say, hey, I cannot compete with what you are doing. You are doing it, she is doing it, he is doing it, everyone is doing it. So you know what? I'm going to make that part free. What we have in common, that part I'm going to make for free. Then those things that will enhance my product, I'm going to make that premium. That's kind of how things work nowadays. That is why LifterLMS has a free version, and we've only worked with the free version. But I'm very excited to show you pro features in upcoming tutorials. And yes, when you get to LMS, plugins for WordPress, these guys are not the cheapest things in the world, because the concept behind it is that you are going to be making money with it. That is the plan behind having online courses. If you go here and we click on pricing, you're going to see that they have bundles that you can go for. There is individual add-ons. For each one you pay $99. You have to be very careful. You really have to be desperate for only one bundle or only one add-on to get that. What you'll probably go for is the Universe bundle. That is $300 a year. And then the Infinity bundle, that is $1,000 per year. Also check out for when there is sales. It says here at the bottom, May sale. What does that mean? Like, oh, here, get 10% off. That 10% off is almost always there. Other times there will be a bigger discount, so check out for these things. So what you get if you go for the bigger bundles or the premium bundles, you get a few more features, you get all these other add-ons. And when we talk about these add-ons, you will have to go here, software and add-ons. And then you will see they've got quite a number. So you've got groups, advanced quizzes. This is very important if you are running a school-like setup. You have more assignments. Advanced videos is one that I really like to use. So advanced videos, few features. For example, it allows you to have continuous video. If somebody finishes a video, the next video automatically start playing. Then you have custom fields, PDFs, and then you have these integrations with Stripe, PayPal, WooCommerce. And then you also have mailer integrations that you have a number of. And I know they keep on growing. And these are the add-ons that you will be paying for those two or those three bundles that we have seen. The one that is the individual add-ons, then the Universe bundle and the Infinity bundle. But think carefully about it, because it's not little money, it's a lot of money. And that's why I hope to, in the tutorials where we will be looking at these premium features in the future, will give you a good idea of whether you should go for it or not. What you've learned today, though, is how to set up your LifterLMS online education form course for free. And we did it in less than 2 hours. if you follow along, don't think it's just going to be just like that. You'll have to invest time in it. You'll have to go make the videos. You'll have to write your stuff. It's going to take a lot of investment, but it is a really powerful promotional and conversion tool. Hope this was useful. Thank you very much for the support. See you in the next video. Stay safe. This is JP signing off.